Bitcoin and the whole market is pumping here back to the upside, and I will show you today the exact reasons for that, and you will not believe that because it's absolutely crazy, and why potentially right now the altcoin season just got kicked off. All and way more in today's episode, so don't miss out of that, and let's go. So thank you for tuning in here again on this Monday today. So I hope the stream is not lagging. It looks like that's a little bit lagging for some reason, but it should be fine. It should be fine. I try to look here most of the time again in this direction. So something absolutely crazy happened just yesterday, and I want to move here the camera a little bit. So like this, it should be way better now for everyone. So, yeah, I have not much time. I will get directly into today's content here. So what happened yesterday was that Trump came out in the night and said, oh, don't worry about China. It will be all fine. He highly respects the president and had just a bad moment, and they don't want depression in the country, so they're going to figure out a deal. So completely backtracking everything what he said before, and basically sent markets straight back to the upside. So which is absolutely mind-boggling that something like this basically happened here in front of our eyes, and also so quick. So and then oh yeah, let me see here. Let me move that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so it's just absolutely insane. So when we're looking then here a little bit at the charts on the DXY is going a little bit up here, slightly above 99.2 points here right now. I still believe that we are going into the downside. I'm not really worried about this too much, what we are seeing here right now. When we're going then into Bitcoin, into the CME chart, so I know a lot of people are so afraid about this small CME gap that we are seeing down here. But to be fair, this is dust. I call this dust because it is only a $300 gap that's down here. This will not be filled in the imminent short term. So I know people think that this is something here that's going to happen, but it's actually not, you know. So and I want to remove that here really quickly before some other people get here stupid ideas that this is actually what's going to happen. So what is more likely to be happening, also on the CME chart, is something like this here. This is more realistic, and I'm going to show you in a moment why I believe that this is the most likely outcome here in the imminent short term for us. Now, when we're going into the weekly time frame, so here we have started out first in the first half of the day, the candle in green. Now we're pulling back a little bit. That's absolutely fine. We have 1 coins, you know, no shit coins, which is crazy to see something like that on a casual Monday. So here on Bitcoin, the most important level to watch right now on the weekly chart, on the macro time frame, is $116,252. You see here I have put in here a blue line, a horizontal line. When that level is crossed, expect major expansion here on the higher time frames to the upside. And I think that this will happen rather quickly than that it will be dragged out like over like a month or two. I don't think that this is going to happen. It will be fairly quickly. Then on the daily time frame, so we get currently rejected from the golden time frame, from the golden ratio here, the $115,570 to $115,025 level, which is not really surprising. I warned you about this. I warned you just yesterday about this, that when we come up here, that I expect some resistance before we break through this. But do I believe that we are going to stay really long here below that? No. By tomorrow, after tomorrow, I see us breaking above that level and trying to push here into the 0.5 level at $17,600 approximately. On the 12-hourly chart, also here, this is completely in alignment with the lower end of the EMA ribbon. Again, I mentioned that to you guys that you have to be careful with the lower end of the EMA ribbon. So potentially today already, that was the first rejection from that level. So we got pretty close, even though we did not touch it. And here again, $116,600 is the level to watch. So you had the opportunity yesterday to get into a trade here at around $112,000 when I had given it to you guys. And yeah, we had almost reached here the take profit point, but the indicators, and this is now important, guys. You have to pay attention to that. Let me actually blend this quickly out here so that you can. Oh no, that makes no difference. Okay, so you can see all the indicators. So here the MACD is turning around, and with the current 12-hourly candle closing here in 8 minutes, you're gonna get another lighter red candle here, and by tomorrow, after tomorrow, we will have a buy signal on the MACD. While the RSI was trying to break already here above 41.55%, and now it's going sideways because we ran into this resistance here, but the stochastic is still going to the upside. So you see already, the market wants to push back into higher levels. You see it even here on a 12-hourly time frame already. So the only thing that we need is a proper reclaim of $117,500-$600 to reclaim the EMA ribbon, and then you get continuation into new highs. On the 4-hourly time frame, also here, early signs of a major reversal back above $120,000. And the major sign that we got here with the MDX ALGO scalp gradients is here that buy tag in a purple candle. So I'm gonna show you what happened the last time when we got a purple candle with a buy tag. And for that, I have to scroll here a little bit back, even further. I think it was over here. Where was that? There. So that is pretty similar to the current situation. So here, buy tag, then a little bit of consolidation, then expansion to the upside. So and I see something similar happening right now here for us, where we are just pushing a little bit sideways between the 0.5 level and the golden ratio here on the retracements. And then once we are leaving that zone and breaking here in direction of the golden ratio on the 4-hourly chart on the Fibonacci retracement levels, then you get here the proper expansion to the upside. Also, the reactor indicator is here warming up to push here to the upside. So that there is a huge momentum shift right now already happening that many cannot properly see right now. But again, if you have indicators like that, you know, so or you understand market sentiment and market structure, that makes it just way easier to spot something like this. And that's why yesterday, if you would have been in my Telegram, I was sending trades, and these trades, they were all profitable already, you know. So I have to check here actually. Let's see it. Is this still profitable? Yeah. So yeah, and my trades are still all profitable. Here, would I still enter in that swing trade here right now on the 4-hourly chart? No, definitely not. You know, so if we get here to 0.5, $113,600 on the Fibonacci retracement levels, use that as a re-entry if you got stopped out or don't have a position, you know. So from that is a good level currently from where I would open a position. Then on the 30-minute chart, I had sent here the scalp trade this morning on my Twitter account. So now we are basically below that falling wedge, and that falling wedge is invalidated. So unless you want to change this here into a downward sloping channel or even a bull flag, so you could argue that you have here now a bull flag with a pole. So, but it's then a different pattern, and you need to wait for another breakout. No, come on, give me that. So, and you see here, that would get us all the way up to $118,400 if you want to trade this, you know. So, and here, the 30 minutes chart is already turning around with the stochastic printing a buy signal, MACD losing momentum on the sell side, RSI pointing to the upside. So here, the next 30-minute candle potentially would break here already to the upside. So and this is another short-term trade that you can take. If you want to trade really safe here, then you need to wait for $117,000 to be flipped, and then you can take here trade into $123,000 approximately. So because here that trade set up from that pennant that we had here, which is technically a bear pennant, that broke to the upside, that is gone, you know. So that was yesterday, I think. Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday is when you could have entered that, you know, where I entered that, and that's the trade is still running, you know. So it's like 30%, 35% in profit right now. So yeah, but the next big trade here that I personally will also take, where I will directly size big into it, will be here at around $117,000. Now, I told you guys that I partnered with a new exchange. So, and the exchange that I actually partnered with that you cannot take these trades here with, especially if you are in the US, is Weex, guys. So with Weex, you get immediately $100 to $200 if you deposit a little bit of money there. And just for signing up there and confirm your email address and your phone number, you get immediately $100, guys. Immediately $100, and when you transfer $100, you get another $20. So you get $120 just for completing these simple tasks. Plus, that we're gonna now restart the $500 to $10,000 challenge, and at the same time take part in the Weex trading competition. So you're gonna find here by tomorrow, most likely. I need to speak to my manager. The AMCrypto team. So here, when you go to join teams, then after you signed up, you search here for AMCrypto and it will pop up then. Join the team, and then when we have like 50, 100 people in there, that's when I'm gonna restart the 50 to 100, the $500 to $10,000 challenge. So if you want to join that, then you see here already that I had sent here today a link trade. I'm gonna show you in a moment how that link trade is doing here at $19 roughly is when I entered that. If you want to be part of that group, guys, you need to go to the description of the screen. There's exactly explained how you get into the group, guys. It is there step-by-step explained, you know. So, and then we're gonna trade together in that challenge and take $500 to $10,000. I'm gonna do this again with you guys here. So here you see the current link trade is up $28, 5.8% here. I will not count the profit of that trade into the $500 challenge. I'm gonna send this to the spot account or something. But yeah, I was trigger happy. You know, I was trigger happy. I was like, I cannot sit on my hands. I want to trade that setup. And yeah, that's why I used the $500 already to enter that trade here. So, but yeah, Weex, non-KYC, really important, and actually better than Blowfin in terms of non-KYC, because I know some people struggled in the US with Blowfin. With Weex, you're not struggling, you know, not struggling at all. So take advantage of that. Now on the MDX Algo liquidation levels, here we have a little bit of liquidity now building up below us in terms of longs, but nothing crazy yet. You know, there's nothing crazy yet here on the liquidation levels at least. Let me move this here a little bit to the side, so and then make it smaller and green. So here at around $111,000 to, what is this, $112,500 approximately, there is some long liquidity, but I don't see that to be taken out here anytime soon. And at the same time, we get rejected from the 200 moving average. So once we stop consolidating below the 200 moving average, you get the expansion here into $120,000. And there is right now a really, really big liquidation level. Oh, I forgot something to show you. And that was here on the 30-minute time frame. Where was my 30-minute time frame chart? No, not here. Shit, where did I put this? No, not there, not there. Up. Ah, here. There we go, there we go. So I have to go to the 1 hourly chart. So, and why do I believe that there is a huge momentum right now building up in Bitcoin? So that is the important thing that I wanted to show you. We are close on the 1 hourly chart to get a golden cross here again. So here the 50 is massively pointing to the upside. Price action currently is more or less getting supported from that. That's why you see here right now in the 1 hourly candle a bounce back to the upside. And on a 30-minute chart, we're even closer to a golden cross. So here, potentially, even tonight, we could get here that golden cross. Yeah, tonight in 10 hours roughly. In the next 10 hours, we could get that golden cross here, and that would put Bitcoin's price potentially already at around $117,000 if we are getting it tonight. So here, the next 30-minute candle, what you want to see is a reclaim of that 50 moving average to the upside. And if we get here the next 2 or 3 30-minute candles closing above the 50 moving average, you're gonna get that continuation move. So that is something that I wanted to point out here before I move on. Now the liquidation heat map, gonna refresh that again. Oh wow, no data. Give me data. Come on. Whoa, okay, so let me switch that up here. Ah, there. Now we are talking. I think it was my internet. Come on. Well, okay, it does not want to give 2 weeks data. This is crazy. Okay, 1 week data. Fine, fine. So even better, actually. So here you see at $116,457, we have here $129 million approximately in short liquidity that will be taken out when we touch that level. This will lead to a short squeeze past $117,000, $118,000 in my opinion. And then you see already, I mentioned it yesterday, the biggest target that price action has right now and liquidity has right now is here at $126,000. That is where the price is going to be in the coming weeks, guys. So there's now the situation where the max pain in the market is only to the upside. We had max pain now to the downside. Everybody got liquidated. So now if market makers want to liquidate people, they need to send price up because there's still a lot of people that are super cocky and short and think that this is the end of the bull run, which is definitely not the case. So, and for that simple reason, you will see here in the next 2-3 weeks that we're gonna go back here to prior all-time highs or even print a new all-time high. Now on the Bitcoin dominance on the daily chart, you saw here over the last 2 days a nice move to the downside. So today's candle was also moving to the downside, but now because Bitcoin is pulling back a little bit, we have now here this doji candle. But overall, I still believe that even if we close this candle as it is, that by tomorrow we're going to get a continuation candle here breaking 59% to the downside. So, and again, the most healthy way that the dominance can go down is if we get sometimes some sideways chop, where altcoins will not move really much. You know, they're going to lose a little bit, maybe like 3, 4, 5% over the day. And then you get another waterfall drop here to the downside. So that's what you're looking for. On the total free market cap, here we retested today $1.09 trillion, got rejected from there, but we're still here into that in that support zone of $1.04 to $1.06 trillion. As long as we are holding that, we are also here going to get continuation to the upside, which will of course lead to more altcoins exploding. So if you want to trade altcoins, guys, most of my altcoin trades are still happening on Bybit. You also get a Bybit card if you sign up there. Don't forget that. And I want to show you something because I have only seen this today and I need to switch here to the full screen that I can actually show that. Before I was not able to see that, but now I can. There. So here. There. So here you can see 10%. Come on. Whoa, too much light. 10% cashback is what I'm getting currently. Yeah, cashback. I try to make it the best visible possible for you guys. Wow, but yeah, the cashback rate, 10%. So so it's not a joke, guys. I get 10% cashback every time when I use the card. So get your account, get your 10%, and reinvest the 10% then back into your portfolio. That's the best what you can do. You know, so I like spending only 90% on stuff. You know, whatever I buy. So I lose, for example, all the time, you know, that I get back by like $10, $20 every time when I buy them. To get this back is also not that bad, you know, overall. Now, I still checked today what's going on here on the RSI heat map for altcoins, and we're going to talk about a lot of altcoins actually. Let me have a look here. I think it was 12 hourly, or was it the daily? That was... Yeah, so here on the daily, you see everything is still massively oversold, or here weak on the RSI. So much opportunity is still in the market where you can take advantage of coins. It's insane, you know. So if you're not positioned right now, I don't know what you're doing, you know. So or basically, right now, honestly, right now would be the moment where I would sell my house if I would have a house to put everything into crypto. So here, for example, on Ethereum. Currently getting rejected from $4,100, but we came up here to $4,200 today already, into this downward sloping trend line here. Once that trend line is broken, we're going to go back to 4,400 and beyond that. So now the indicators telling you already that this is only short-lived, that red candle to the downside, because the stochastic is printing a buy signal. The MACD is flipping back into bullish territory here in the next 2-3 days. And the RSI is just going sideways because we hit a resistance level, you know, so that I ignore that in that moment. So, but it gives you an opportunity to actually get into a trade. And for that, I would go here, for example, to a 4-hourly time frame. And there is the potential that you get here around $4,000, a nice entry right now. So, and then you can trade this here into the POC, the point of control on the VPVR, to $4,500, which is like a 12% move to the upside. Yeah, guys, XRP is coming here in a second. So now Solana went here all the way up to $200, got rejected from the $200 level. Again, round number, not really surprising that happened here. Now we are the same move to the upside. Just remember, you will not get the same return, you know, so you will have here like roughly 10%, and I would take then a 3% stop loss to the downside to protect your position. Yeah, you can figure that out yourself. It's not that hard, you know, from $192 here, 3% to the downside. Here, Advestic just printed a buy signal, MACD losing momentum on the sell side, RSI going sideways because we hit that resistance, but again, 2-3 days and we are past $200. Now Link is here at my entry level back at like $19.10. $19.20 is not that big of a difference. So we're talking here 0.5%. You know, you can technically enter this from here right now on the 30-minute chart. With the next 30-minute candle close, you're gonna get here a reversal, and my target is here $22.85. That is roughly a 20% move from current price, but I will take some profits around here, the convergence of the downward sloping trend line with that horizontal line at $20.07. I'm gonna take some money off there, or at least raise my stop loss aggressively to like $20.50 or something like that once we are getting up there. Then Sui has reclaimed $2.73. I spoke about this yesterday, that this would be a good moment to enter a trade because you're looking then at here the $3.85 level. On the way up, you will have some struggles to break here through $3, for example. So here we got pretty close to that today, got rejected. But overall here on the daily chart, same thing across the board, you know, so it's all the same across the board. All coins look the same. MACD losing momentum, stochastic prints a buy signal, RSI going sideways because it's a pullback day, you know. So, and tomorrow will look way different where you get another candle, massive candle to the upside. Then Esther also got here insane momentum back to the upside. So here I want to see a break back of $1.48 roughly back into that box here. When we're in that box, we should see here a move fairly quickly back to like $1.72 and afterwards to around $2. So here Esther, because BNB made a new all-time high today, will move here really quick to the upside. So that is, you need to understand, this is one of the major beta plays right now on BNB. So when BNB moves, Esther moves. So, and if BNB moves 1%, Esther moves 3%. So that's why you need to watch what's happening with BNB, and then you basically also know what's happening here with Esther. So if you want to enter this, $1.47, first take profit $1.72, then $1.95, then $2.10. These are the take profit levels, stop loss $1.37. So, but yeah, you need to wait for a reclaim of $1.47 right now before I would enter this, because yeah, the 4-hourly chart looks like that we could potentially come first a little bit down before we go up. But I think the 1-hourly, yeah, the 1-hourly looks like we could potentially turn around here soon already. So then the next one, Mantle. So I was trading Mantle yesterday like crazy. I took profit at $2. Yeah, $2 was where I took profit, but I went here even higher, went like to $2.30. But I'm fine with that. So we are forming here potentially an M pattern on the 1-hourly chart. So look at this here, small M pattern. So that could get us even lower, back to like $1.83 roughly. So if you want to trade this coin, I would layer some limit orders here around the golden ratio and slightly below that, from $1.87 to like $2. In that range, I would set limit orders because I don't think that we go much lower than that. And from there, you're going to get that bounce back in direction of $3. ALGO ALGO is a little bit in no man's land, so I would not do anything here. I would wait that we either come down to 19 cents 0.5 or to 21 cents. No, basically, yeah, 20 cents and 7. So these are the two levels that I would be watching. Target 25 cents 5 here to the upside. If I go here to a daily chart, you see here momentum is definitely coming to the upside. See here, here's the entry, $20, 20 cents 7. Like I said, watch here the downward sloping trend line. When that trend line is broken, you're gonna get a big impulse move, like the move yesterday here to the upside. Then Theta, another one that's going to move here really, really fast. You need a reclaim here of 58.5 cents roughly. Then the next target would be 73 cents. That is already a major move here. So you see a 26% roughly to the upside, and then to a dollar is a 76% move. So also here, I think that this will happen. Surprising. Yeah, there will be like a surprise move. It will happen fairly quickly once we break this downward sloping trend line here for Theta at around 78 cents currently. Then BNB, also going to talk about BNB here. So here BNB, I think that's on 4 hours. Yeah, so I really hope that a lot of you guys did not get shaken out here and were actually trading this on like 3x leverage or even on spot. Because remember what I said. I said this is a trade that you can actually trade on spot because the upside is so big, and you did not get shaken out here in that move to the downside, because we are close to reaching the target here of $1,435, which is a Fibonacci extension level here, the 2.618. If we reach that actually this week, I think that we are going up here to the 3.618, which is $1,829, potentially even $2,000 for BNB here. So the next level where I would enter this is if you got stopped out and don't know from where you should re-enter. So there's two levels that I would be watching. One is the underlying support at $1,265 or breaking resistance at $1,321. So these are the two levels that I would be watching for a re-entry to the upside. So let's say we go up and not coming down, then you are still looking at 38% to the upside with a 4.6% stop loss. So again, you don't need crazy leverage on a trade like that. 2-3x more than enough on a trade like that. So XRP, I need to be watching a little bit of time. So XRP reclaim $2.65, and you can enter this, trade this into $3, 13% move to the upside. On a daily chart, you see here momentum is again pointing to the upside. Give this a couple of days, and you're going to see that this is unfolding here in front of our eyes here. Link also moving back to the upside really nicely. Near I think will be a shooting star. So here at one point, I think it's just gonna explode, and just goes up here really quickly. So that it can happen with a daily close above $2.56, because here the RSI is not looking to move here as much sideways like other coins right now. So in here the MACD, the candles here on the histogram pretty small. Then here stochastic RSI printing a buy signal. So I think that this will be a crazy V-shaped recovery. So watch out for that. Then Hype is another one. Here, currently in the golden ratio. So if we can hold today the golden ratio, then here your next trade comes in at... no, wait, I need a different chart for that, I think. I will not wait for $42 actually. That was while we were higher earlier. So here, top side of the golden ratio. That's where you get in. Yeah, so here 27% to the upside to $51.56. Here, when we close today's candle at the top side of the golden ratio here, you're gonna get continuation tomorrow, because again, indicators, momentum, everything is pointing to the upside, massive V-shaped recovery. Before the weekend, we will be past $44, $45 here. Really quick. So then AVAX, one of the other coins that I'm trading, here you're looking almost at a 100% move to the upside. If we can close today here above $22.09, we are 2% higher than that currently. Major resistance at $26.84. Break this downward sloping trend line, and we're going to send here fairly quickly past $30 to $40. Guys, I have to run. It's already 30 minutes. Let me see if I have another coin that I can go through with you guys here. ICP, I know somebody asked for ICP, so I'm gonna do quickly ICP and SNX, but then I'm gonna run. It's 30 minutes is way too long. I want to keep these videos shorter again. So ICP, you can enter this right now here on spot. You look here at 100% to the upside. Don't expect this to be happening here overnight, but maybe a month, you know, end of the year, I could see that ICP trading here at $6.62. So if you can wait a month, then yeah, you should be fine here. Otherwise, for this month and next month, here $4.45 is already more than good enough from current levels. So this is like a 28% move. If you put 5x leverage on that, you're looking at 140% to the upside. And again, downward sloping trend line will act as resistance. You need to watch that in conjunction with the horizontal level. If you get here into any trouble to break that and get here, yeah, basically a major pullback, then SNX is absolutely smashing it. I was not seeing that happening here, but this thing goes absolutely parabolic. So look here from the original entry, from where I entered, we went here in a matter of 2 days, 157% up. So I don't know if any one of you is still holding that, but if you do, congrats, guys. You know, really congrats. I went out way too early out of that. So and now it's not worth entering this anymore. So this needs to get like a red candle on the daily chart before I'm willing to re-enter this. You know, so without a red candle, I will not enter this. I'm waiting. You know, so the other way to do that, which is more complex, is to look here on the lower time frames with the indicators and find there an entry. But otherwise, I'm not touching this. You know, the way that this is actually flying here. Then the next one is Render. Render also here from our entry from yesterday, $2.43 at $2.80, which is here 15% move roughly. Yeah, 17% move already. So here, if you want to enter this, you need to wait for a break of $2.93, which is another 5% to the upside roughly. And then you can trade this still here into the downward sloping trend line, which is our target. So here, $2.93. So you would still look at 27% here to the upside. So other scenario would be a pullback to do $2.62, which I think is highly unlikely that you get this. You can set a limit order there, but I don't think that we're going to roll over here, revisit that level, and then shoot back to the upside. Guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in here. I have to run. Again, if you want to be part of the Telegram group where I send a lot of these trades in private to everybody, sign up on Weex, send on Telegram me your UID or my team the UID number, and then we're going to let you in once you have deposited $500, and then we're going to trade this into $10,000 here in the next coming days. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you with more money in your portfolio tomorrow.